Here we go. So I have a hardback chair today that I'm going to be using. I have 1 pound weights. These are some old vintage AMF weights. You used to be able to screw and unscrew these little end caps to make these weights heavier. I don't think these are available any longer. I have some little 2 pound weights. These are available in department stores, big box stores. If you have a store called Five Below, they carry a lot of discounted fitness equipment like weights and mats and things like that. And as an alternative, you can always use a soup can or a vegetable can or a water bottle in place of weights just to get yourself started. A typical soup can, this is Campbell's soup, is 10.5 ounces, so that's about 2/3 of a pound. A typical can of vegetables is 15.5 ounces, so that's right around the 1 pound mark, of a pound being 16 ounces. And then I recommend, this is just like a throw pillow, a cheap throw pillow that you might put on your sofa or throw around for decoration, and we're going to use these as when we work on our back. When we angle ourselves at 45 degrees, if we prop against a pillow, it will take the strain off of the lower back, and that's my goal for you. That way we isolate the muscle group we're working on without putting additional strain on other parts of the body that don't need to feel that additional stress and strain. We're going to start with our warm-up. Just a nice soft inhale up overhead. Exhale. We're taking in some nice fresh air so we can get ourselves strong and ready to exercise. Inhale. Waking up the body with some air and kind of telling ourselves, hey, get ready, we're going to work out. One more time. We're going to do a little bit of range of motion for our neck at this time, a little bit of stretching and a little bit of range of motion. So let's take a look to the side. Chin over the shoulder, that's the goal. If you're not there, maybe you're just a little bit to the side, that's fine. Don't push it. So you're right here, you're looking at that side wall, but your torso remains facing forward. Back to front, and let's go to the other side. Chin over the shoulder. Holding right here, you feel a little bit of stress along the back of the neck, stretching right there, but not too much. Back to center. Again, to your right, hold, forward, hold, and left. Hold, forward, hold, to the right, to the front, to the left, and to the front. Let's take the ear to the shoulder, facing forward. Just a little tilt, side tilt. Back up to center, left tilt, facing forward. Shoulders remain level here. And you're going to feel that stretch on the opposite side of the tilt between the ear and the shoulder. You're going to feel a little bit of that stretch. And back up, over to the side with that tilt. Up softly and over to the other side with the tilt, back up to the center. Now I want you to make some really small circles. Imagine that your nose is scribing a circle, and we're going to start small with a nice little circle as if we are following the hands of a clock with your nose as a pointer. So your head is actually making the circles, but think about your nose drawing this circle. Take this at your own pace. We're starting small, and then we're going to gradually get larger, being very mindful of how this feels on your neck. Don't go too big. Don't go too fast. And relax right here. Let's go in the opposite direction. Starting very small, Scribing little circles with your nose in the air and getting larger and larger. Notice if there are any sticking points or if you are able to make a smooth circle as you imagine that you are drawing these circles with your nose. Small to large, nice and easy, and relax. Face forward. I hope you're not dizzy, but we're going to just sit here for a minute and breathe so that if we did make ourselves dizzy, we can come back, get our bearings again, and relax. The purpose of that is really sort of lubricating the neck. I get a lot of questions about crunching in the neck and other types of tightness, discomfort. It's a very common occurrence in folks around our age. We have held this stress in our neck and upper back and shoulders for a long time, and it comes out in a lack of easy range of motion around the neck area, and sometimes that can affect your sleep. So I want you to be very careful, but that exercise was simply to increase the range of motion in your neck in a very soft, gentle way. Moving on, let's do some gentle shoulder rolls, starting small, rolling the shoulders up and around to the back. Find a comfortable pace, making them a little bit larger and adding your elbows into the game. Starting to feel a little bit like a bird, flapping your wings. Let's go a little bit larger, bringing the arms around to the back. Comfortable pace, not too fast, and relax. Let's reverse direction, bring the shoulders back around and forward, starting small and getting larger. Adding the elbows, and the arms just kind of follow along. Let's go a little bit bigger. It's like the butterfly in swimming, around to the back and scooping forward. We are lubricating those shoulder joints as we get them moving before we even pick up our weights. And relax. Whew. All right. Let's reach nice and tall. Stretch long. We're going to fold forward, hinging from the hips, flat back, straight over wherever you can reach. Arms down along the side of your legs, your knees, your ankles, wherever is comfortable for you. And finally, round the back over. Drop the head and neck. Allow your head to hang here. Place your hands above your knees and use your arms to press your back up into a sitting position. Sit nice and tall, reach up overhead again, and hinge forward from the hips, flat back as you go forward, and then curve down, folding over your legs. Drop your head, allow your arms to dangle, and your head and neck to dangle forward. And place your hands above your knees, roll back up, using your arms so that there's no stress and strain on your back. We're going to take that one more time. Reach tall, stretch, fold forward, hinging from the hips, round your back over, hang right over your legs if you can. Allow your arms to dangle and your head and shoulders to relax as they are hanging down over your legs. Check how loose your neck is by looking softly to the right and the left while you're in that position. And finally, hands above the knees and use your arms to press back up into a sitting position. Let's do a little loosening up of our hands and arms. Arms in front. Let's do some gentle hand rolls. You're loosening up your wrists. I'm taking my hands out to the side and then around and in. Now I'm going to reverse direction, bringing my hands in together and then out. My elbows are soft. Think of this as almost like hula hands, right? It's gentle, graceful, but you're limbering up your wrists as we get ready to do some weights. Let's take our palms up, hello, and palms down. Palms up, hello, and down. One more time, palms up. This little wiggle helps with your wrists. I'm not just waving. And down. Fantastic. Bring your arms back in. We're going to open up our elbows with just a little reach and tap your shoulders. Reach and tap. Reach and tap. Reach and tap. Reach and tap. Once again, sit nice and tall. Let's remember that supported position. There's space between your hip bones and your bottom rib. This is your core muscle group. You want to keep that braced while we do upper body strength training. It's very important. This provides a girdle that supports your lower back. So in this nice tall position, we're going to take some gentle twisting to the side. Just spiral your back around and look to the side. Come back to the front and let's look to the other side and back to the front. You can place your hands on your waist if you like and spiral around looking to the side, back to the front, other side, back to the front. Be sure you're feeling that space between hip bones and rib cage. Spiral to the side, back forward, and spiral to the other side. Looking forward. Let's take one more nice breath. Up and release. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with our weights. I'm going to go ahead and start with twos today, and we're going to begin with our seated deadlifts. Seated deadlifts are done, we're not using the pillow yet, but rather fold over to wherever you are comfortable and supported. So I'm able to lay across my thighs in this position. If you are not able to do that, if your hips are not, you don't have that flexibility through your hips or through your hamstrings, here's where the pillow can come into play. So you can just lay down on the pillow. So in this low position where we start this exercise, there should not be strain on your lower back. But once you pick up the weights and you lift your body into the seated position, that's where you're going to begin to activate those muscles of the spine. So with or without a pillow, again, this exercise starts in a low position and we simply hinge, lifting our torso to the vertical position. So returning to the beginning position, we're going to lift for 1 and lower 1, 2, 3. So the count is 1, lower 2, 3, 4. Lift 1, lower 2, 3, 4. Again, my back is in a neutral spine. It is neither arched nor curved. It is a flat back. Lift up, lower 2, 3, 4. Up 1, lower 2, 3, 4. Today we're going to vary the count. So up for 2 and down for 2. Lift 1, 2, down 1, 2. Lift 1, 2, down 1, 2. Lift 1, 2, down 1, 2. Last one, up for 2 and down for 2. And now we're going to lift for 3 and lower on 1. So 1, 2, 3, and down. 1, 2, 3, and down. 1, 2, 3, and down. Last one, up, 2, 3, and down. Fantastic. We're going to bring ourselves back up comfortably into our seated position. And our next exercise starts upright and goes forward and back. Modify this exercise by using your hands. This exercise is designed to develop the muscles in your lower and mid back by assisting you as you go forward and lift up. If you're challenging yourself, your weights are on your shoulders, but we go forward and back. And again, if you need the support, use your hand on your thigh and one weight or no weights at all. You don't want to feel any pain, pulling, or stress during this exercise. Just a sort of a gentle discomfort that allows you to know you're working the right muscles. All right, so I'm in the challenge position. My feet are flat on the floor, my knees are bent at a 90-degree angle, and I'm gonna go forward and lift up 1, 2, 3. Again, neutral spine, forward, lift 1, 2, 3. Forward, lift 1, 2, 3. Last one at this pace. Forward, lift 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to go down for 2 and up for 2. Down, 2, lift up, 2, down for 2, lift up for 2, down for 2, lift up for 2. One more, down for 2, lift up for 2. Now think, what's the next one? See, I like to engage your brain while we're doing this too, so you don't get bored. We're going to go down for 3 and come up on 1. 1, 2, 3, and 1. You got it. 1, 2, 3, and 1. Down, 2, 3, and 1. Forward, 2, 3, and 1. Last one. 1, 2, 3, and 1. Very good. All right, so that was some great stuff for the lower and mid back. We're going to pick up our pillow because we're going to work on our upper back and the muscles that keep our posture pulled up and our shoulders back. And the best way to isolate those muscles is to be on a 45-degree angle incline plane, which you can get in the gym, an incline bench, and you lay face down. And then there's no stress or strain on your back while you're doing that. So to simulate that in the house, we're going to use pillows. So if you are really strong at this point, if you know your back has no issues, you can hold your 45-degree angle on your own, but it will add extra strain to the lower back, and I'm really trying to avoid that and keep everybody safe. Approaching this from the idea that I have exercisers of all levels, and I need to really be sure for our beginners and people who haven't exercised over this past year during the pandemic that I am providing you all the safety precautions necessary so you're not injured and too sore afterwards. So 2 pillows works for me. I'm kind of long in the torso. So I want to lean forward. And this is supporting, I don't know if you can hear, I'll turn to the side, but my hips are now at about a 45-degree angle. And in this position, I am able to really work those muscles behind my shoulder blades. And that's where we are aiming. So we're going to start with our weights down here by our legs. Our elbows are soft. And you're just going to lift up right here like a bird about to take flight and down. So we're going to lift up and lower for 3. 1, 2, 3. Lift up and 1, 2, 3. Lift up. 1, 2, 3. As you're doing this, you should feel in your back, your shoulder blades sort of coming together. They slide closer to one another on the lift. Right here, you should feel that. And then lower, 2, 3. Let's go up for 2 and down for 2. Up, 2, and down, 2. Lift up, 2 and down, 2. Lift up for 2 and down for 2. Lift up, 2 and down 2. Let's change our timing. So we're going to lift, let's see, we just did 2. Lift up for 3 and down on 1. 1, 2, 3 and down. 1, 2, 3 and lower. 1, 2, 3 and lower. 1, 2, 3 and lower. Pull-ups, we're starting in the lower position and pulling the weights right up to the armpits. And when I do this, I have to be wide enough to clear the pillows. So I'm coming right up here, but the back of my hands are facing forward. So we're down, pull up, lower, 1, 2, 3. Pull up and lower, 1, 2, 3. Pull up and lower, 1, 2, 3. Last one at this pace, up and lower, 1, 2, 3. Up for 2 and down for 2, 1, 2 and down. Keep those elbows high, 1, 2 and down. Also, the elbows are going out to your sides, not to the back, and down. Up to the side and down. Here's the last one of the sets of 2 up, 2 down. And now up for 3 and down on 1. 1, 2, 3 and lower. 1, 2, 3 and lower. Even on our lowering phase, we are in control and not dropping the weights. 1, 2, 3 and lower. 1, 2, 3 and lower. Here's the last one. 1, 2, 3 and lower. Good. Let's go ahead and use your arms to press yourselves up into a seated position. We can toss the pillows to the side. Our next series of shoulder exercises will be done in an upright position. So we shouldn't need the pillows for that. And we're going to start with the lateral side raises, which is very similar to what we did in the angled position in the 45 degrees, except that this is going to work more of the top area of your deltoid or shoulder muscle. So you're lifting up to the side, straight out from you. They're not forward, they're not back, they're right here. And then we lower, 1, 2, 3. Modify by doing this without weights, just working on range of motion in your shoulders, or by keeping the exercise smaller. 1, 2, 3. So the full range of motion is when the arms are up at a height straight out from your shoulders. They're not up too high, but they're right here. This is the peak of the action. And lower for 3, 2, 3. And again, modify by doing it right here. 2, 3. And up, lower, 2, 3. Let's do 2 more. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3. Up for 2 and down for 2. Lift up, 2 and down for 2. Lift up for 2 and down for 2. I have a neutral spine. My core is braced, and I feel that space between my hip bones, my bottom of my rib cage, and I'm breathing. Don't hold your breath. And down. Let's lift on 1. No, we lift for 3 and lower on 1. 1, 2, 3, and down. 1, 2, 3, and down. Just 2 more. 1, 2, 3, and down. 1, 2, 3, and down. Excellent. All right, we're going to lift up in front, open side, and down. Lift up in front, open side, and down. Up in front, out to the side, and down. 1 more. Up in front, open side, and down. Let's reverse that, lifting up on the side, pull them around to the front and lower right here. Lift side, front, and down, side, front, and down. 2 more, side, front, and down, side, front, and down. Great. We're going to start now with our weights. If you're using weights, they're relaxed right around the area of your shoulders, and we're going to do overhead presses, alternating one arm at a time. So that looks like this: right arm up, left arm up. I am keeping my palms facing each other as I lift and lower. Nothing fancy here, just up and down, one arm at a time. I'm keeping my elbows close into my body for support, up and down. Modify this exercise by making it smaller. Full range of motion is an extended elbow, but not locked. A smaller range of motion might be here, just right beside your ear or to the top of your head. Up and down, lift and lower, right here, and up. Excellent. We're going to take our arms in an L shape with your elbows out from your shoulders and lifted, and your weights facing forward, palms are forward. And you know, one of the things I probably have neglected to mention, when you're working with weights, you want to always check and make sure your hands are relaxed. You're not gripping them really tightly, hanging on for dear life. Just hold them lightly. You don't want to add any extra stress and strain to your hands, wrists, fingers. So you're right here with strong wrists, okay? And we're going to just bring our elbows in together and open. Bring our elbows in together and open. Modify this exercise by taking it lower, right here, or taking a smaller motion right here in front of the body. So the full range of motion is lifted, elbows in a 90-degree bend, and you're bringing them in together, palms face each other, and opening side. In and open, in and open. Let's do 4 and 3, 2. Here's the last one. All right, hold one arm up, put the other weight down, and I'm going to have you take this arm and cross in front of the body. Keeping the elbow bent, starting right here at the side, cross over and lift. Cross over and lift. Modify with a smaller movement right here. This would be a nice modified movement. And of course, you don't have to do it with weights. Just working on range of motion is appropriate for many people. But the full exercise is up here at the side with a crossover in front of the body and back up to the side. Crossover and down. We're just going to do one more, and then we need to switch arms. Crossover, up here, and release. We're giving our shoulders a real killer workout today. I'm going to caution you right now, this has been a lot of shoulder focus. You might be feeling it already. If so, I recommend that you do the rest without weights. Crossover and lift. Crossover. I don't want you to be mad at me and not come back because you hurt tomorrow. Crossover and lift. Crossover and lift. Crossover and lift. And cross and lift and release. Right here, I want you to just do a couple of shoulder rolls to sort of relax and rejuvenate. Your arms should fly now. They should feel really light because we've been working with the weights. And once we let them go, our arms just want to go, woo, because we don't have that, that added weight. So I'm just doing a couple rolls to the back and a couple rolls forward, just to remind my joints that they're okay. And there's good synovial fluid in there lubricating my joints as I do some little rolls and a little bit of shoulder activity. And now we're going to work on our biceps and triceps next. So biceps, as you know, are the muscles right here on the top. Like think of a little kid showing a muscle. That's your biceps. And the opposing muscle is your triceps. Triceps is responsible for this pushing action as you would press in that direction. So we work those two muscles in opposition with one another to make sure that our arms are balanced. Sitting up nice and tall, feet flat on the floor, 90-degree angle in the knees. We're supported in our hips. And we're going to just take our weights down here by our, right here by our side. And we're going to just curl them up toward the shoulder. So the weights are in front of us. Our elbows are tight by our side. If you can see me from the side, you'll see that my arms are not moving, my upper arms are not moving, and the only action is the lever between the elbow and my hand. And that comes up and down. Lift up and down. Keeping those weights tight by the body as they come up in that, in this motion and down. Let's go up and then lower for 3. Lift up, down, for 3. Lift up and down, 2, 3. Lift up and down, 2, 3. Lift up, down, 2, 3. Last one, up and down, 2, 3. Up for 2 and down for 2. Up and down. Lift up, 2 and down. Lift up for 2 and down. Check and make sure you're not gripping your weights too tightly. And down. One more. Up for 2 and down. Lift on 3, lower on 1. 1, 2, 3 and down. 1, 2, 3 and down. 1, 2, 3 and down. Lift up, 2, 3 and down. One more. Up, 2, 3 and down. I'm going to show you another position for working your biceps. And it's the same with your upper body, tight by your sides, stabilized there by, sort of holding them in nice and tight. But the difference is going to be that your palms are facing in toward your body or toward one another as they hold the weights. And we're just going to lift and lower in this position. It works a slightly different area of your biceps muscle. So we're lifting and lowering right here. Always remember to give an extra little squeeze at the peak of the motion. So lift, squeeze, and release. Lift, squeeze, and release. Just a couple here. I'm not going to go through the counting sequence. I just wanted to demonstrate there's a lot of different positions that you can work your biceps, and it all serves to develop that muscle more fully. And down. One more. Up, squeeze, and lower. Great. We're going to work on our triceps. And we're going to work one arm at a time as we use our other arm for stabilization and support. So with your legs slightly apart, knees bent at 90, lean over, support yourself with an elbow on your thigh, and lift your other arm. I have my weight right here tucked into my side, and I'm going to extend my arm out behind me, keeping my palm facing inward toward my body. Again, notice that my upper arm is stationary, and I'm just using the lower portion of my arm as I press out behind and in. Press out behind and in. In this position, I want you to just check and make sure that your neck and shoulders are relaxed. It's really easy to develop tension while you're in this unusual position. Out and in, reach out and in, out and in, out and in. Let's do just 4 more. And 3, 2, and here's your last 1. And we're going to switch sides. Support yourself on the other side with the elbow just above the knee. I'm going to turn so you can see me here. How's that? So I'm supporting right here. I lift my arm behind me. My elbow is facing directly behind me. And I'm just going to extend my forearm and in. Take it out and in. Press out behind and in, out and in. Press out and in. Extend and bend. Let's do 4 and 3 and 2. Last one. Out and in. Very nice. All right. Whew. Okay, I'm going to have you take your arms down here right by your sides, and I'm going to have you just take some little forward presses. This is a very small movement. Sitting up nice and tall. My palms are facing forward. And now I'm going to do the same thing, pressing back. So now I turn my hands, my palms face behind me, and I'm pressing to the back. Now we're going to lift the arms at about a 45-degree angle right here, and let's press forward. Remember to sit nice and tall, chest and diaphragm are lifted. Your hips are square and firm in the chair. Let's press the arms to the back, so flip your hands over and press back. Excellent. One more position, and that's going to be out to the side right here. Modify by bringing your hands in more closely to the body. Fully extended is the more challenging position. Press forward. And now we're going to turn the hands, palms facing the back wall, and press back behind your body. Let's bring the arms down by your sides, and we're going to do some rotation. So the arms out, palms front, rotate in, palms to the back. Palms front, palms back. Front and back. Palms front and back. Front and back. Let's lift to 45 degrees. Palms front and back. Front and back, front and back. And we're going to lift finally all the way up right here. Most challenging position, palms front, turn to the back. Palms front and back. Palms front and back. 2 more, palms front and back. Last one, palms front and back. Release gently. You can place your weights down now. We're going to do our final stretches. Inhale up and exhale. Give yourselves a big hug. One arm goes over top of the other and you reach around behind you, fingertips reaching toward the back wall. Hold on to your shoulders or your upper arms, wherever you are able to hold, and give yourselves a nice stretch. While you're right here, lift your elbows up toward your chin. Lift, 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 and release. Let's switch so the other arm is over top. Give yourselves that nice hug. Hold on to whatever you can reach in this position and lift your elbows up toward your chin. Lift, 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 and release. Arms behind you. reach behind. If you are able to touch your hands together in a prayer position or clasp your fingers, either one, give yourselves a nice stretch by extending your elbows if you are able to. This pulls your shoulders toward the back. And then remember to sit up nice and tall in your chair. So you're not like leaning over here, but in this upright position, you're going to feel this stretch in the front part of your shoulders. And let's take this stretch overhead. Palms forward and up overhead if your fingers are able to be interlaced like this. I know you can't see my hands, they're probably off the screen, but they are with palms facing the ceiling, fingers are interlaced. And then in front. Now release, and let's take those palms down and up. And now palms are up, and bring your fingers in toward each other, right here, and then out toward the side. Fingers in, out toward the side, fingers in, out toward the side. Wiggle your fingers, palms down, take one hand and just gently tug on each finger. Gentle, gentle, gentle tug. Notice if any one is tighter than any other. We're going to go through tugging our finger 3 times. This is the second round. I hope you weren't gripping those weights, but holding them loosely. Just tight enough so you're not going to drop it on your foot. Other hand, let's give those fingers a gentle tug. 3 times. And here's the last set. Take this hand and cross in front of your body, and take your other hand and press just above your elbow, just above, never on the joint, but just above the elbow. This gives you a nice stretch through that whole shoulder area. Wiggle your fingers. Release. Let's go to the other side. Reach across your body. Place your hand above the elbow, stretching out that shoulder area and the muscles in your upper back that pull your shoulder blades together. Right here, nice stretch. Wiggle those fingers and release. Shoulder rolls up and to the back, up and to the back, up and to the back. One more. And coming forward. Up, forward. One more. Let's do some breathing. Lift up. Hold right here. Reach to the ceiling, right and left. Just a little bit of a tug, right and left. I want you to feel this stretch all the way down to your hips, all along your armpit, the sides of your rib cage, through your waist, all the way down to your hip. Feel that stretch, reaching right and then left. Same thing. Feel it all the way down, right and left. Last one, both arms up, release. I want to have you do some very gentle neck releases by taking an ear to the shoulder gently and then swing your head down in front so that the other ear winds up over top of the other shoulder. So it's like a little scoop. Imagine that your head is scooping out a bowl. And this is very gentle. I want you to feel the range of motion that you have in your neck. Notice if any area sticks a little bit. And if you have sound, don't go there. Just Keep your motion small enough that you don't have creaking or grinding. And now we're going to do this same motion up overhead like a rainbow. So imagine that you are looking at the hands of a clock just between the 9 and the 3. And when you're up at 12, you're not crunching your head back and your chin going up. It's a very gentle looking maybe at the area where the wall meets the ceiling. Okay, from the 9 and the 3, just a little rainbow gaze. And back to center. Great. Let's do some little breathing right here for our final meditation. Bringing your focus into your breath. Breathing normally and at a natural rhythm. Close your eyes if you wish, or gaze onto the floor, whatever is most comfortable for you. Some people get dizzy if they close their eyes. I don't want you to do that. But I do want you to think about your breathing and imagine your breath. The air that you're taking in today is your favorite color. And you're filling up your lungs with whatever that beautiful color is. Today, my color is aqua. I'm imagining the colors of the beach. And I'm filling up my lungs with that wonderful feeling that I get when I go to the beach and I can hear the waves and I can sit in the sun. And I breathe in and I hold it for just a second and I feel those good vibes and then release. Be sure to empty out your lungs completely on that breath. And we're going to take another nice deep breath in with your favorite color. Feel the joy that you feel when you have that favorite color surrounding you, whatever that color might mean to you. And release. One more time, inhale. Fill your lungs with that favorite color, those feelings of joy and gratitude that your body was working for you this morning and you were able to join us for this fitness class and you were able to put some extra strength in your body by going through the motions with us today. And exhale. Back to a normal rate and rhythm of your breathing. And let's just think about some positive affirmations for today as we go forward. I feel gratitude for being able to come to you this morning on this wonderful platform that allows us to connect and allows me to share a little bit about my knowledge of fitness and maybe help you to be inspired to get stronger and healthier as we move into, if you're in the United States, we're moving into our summer months. And we want to be able to get outside and enjoy the beautiful weather. And we have to be strong enough to be able to do that, maybe joining our friends for a walk or a hike or a bike ride. So I feel joy and gratitude for being able to do that for you this morning. And I want you to feel joy and gratitude that your body is healthy and you were able to join me. And you put this time aside, you dedicated it to yourself today because I can't say enough about the importance of self-care. And we can talk more about that in some of my other classes. But self-care is very important. If you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anyone else. So be sure that you put your own self-care forward and in the forefront of the time that you set aside to do enjoyable things today. Feel that joy and gratitude that your strength and flexibility are improving, you're getting stronger, your confidence is building, your balance is getting better, your core muscles are tighter so that you're stronger all over your body. And thank you very much for joining me today. I hope that many of you know that we have 5 days a week now of morning fitness classes, and I hope you're able to sign up for them and join me for 5 days a week of fitness. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Stacy.
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day, everyone.
Thanks, Stacy.
Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye.
Stay safe, everyone.